Test. Okay, that works. Let me paste the link into a couple of places and then let's get going again. Okay, let's start with the indices again. Dow is still at the all-time highs, basically just been there for quite a few days now. Nothing has changed here on the higher time frame. I can just clean up the chart a bit. So overall an ABC here. I really like this count, and we are now at that 1-to-1 that we were targeting. Now there are some higher time frame or higher targets above us, the 1.236 for 40.7k, and yeah, that is pretty decent area. I would be expecting some highs to be made. We can see that we are running some divergences currently in higher time frame here. Smaller time frame did not create that divergence yet, but most likely it will. Both of these moves here, this looks very impulsive to the downside, but so does this. So there's not really a play here. You could go short against the high here, but I'm not quite sure if I like that too much, because this could as well be some kind of impulsive structure, while we could be just printing some kind of wave 4 and 5. That would just invalidate the idea that this is a move to the downside overall. But yeah, pretty sideways structures here. So again, we could be creating some kind of topping pattern like we had on a higher time frame count. Disregard this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as this could still be some kind of diagonal overall, wherever it starts, maybe in these lows here, to create something like this. Definitely not pretty. Even this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or something similar, but it is very overlapping, which leads me to believe that it is some kind of diagonal. Whether it's a fifth or a wave 1, I'm not quite sure. We'll see later. ES, still possible to have this expanding leading or expanding diagonal here at the end. Very similar to Dow, where we would have that diagonal at the end. I would still expect that wave 4 to come lower to basically break or touch at least these previous highs. This area seems to be quite a decent support and resistance area, so we'll see if we get another touch there, take out the previous lows. At the moment, this very well again could be a fire wave, whether it's part of this move or this is a move separate, and this is the first structure that leads us higher. Again, not yet sure. I wouldn't really trade this, just because again the structure before it allows this whole thing to be a expanded flat. See, this would be a wave A, B, and then C. Yeah, that's that on ES. Nothing really tradable. Very three-way structure here on Nasdaq as well. We have a 3, we have a 3, we have a 3. Well, what could this be? I'm not quite sure. But if this is, again, since this is very overlapping, either this is a WXY to the downside, or the wave Y is not done and we get 3 here, 3, and then 3 to get that wave Y, or we have some kind of diagonal to the downside. So this would be a wave 1, whoops, wave 1, 2, this would be 3, 4, and 5. That would be very similar to what we would be seeing on wave Y here, because again, that way we would be expecting a three-way structure here. And that would definitely fool quite a few people, most likely me as well. But that would be the scenario. So a couple of different ways of looking at that as a wave Y. What I would want to see is a divergence here for that fifth wave. If this is a wave Y, I would want it to break these. So that's the two ways I would be looking across these. And again, if we create that new low here with the divergence, we get a three-way pullback, then I might be wanting to go short against the high or some of the extensions of this move here. But yeah, those are the plans for now. So again, setting alerts down the lows, and probably something that invalidates the idea that this is not yet done. Probably wanting to look at that high. Yeah. But that's Nasdaq. Nothing really. That is, at least it has something going on for it. Again, that five-way structure that we've been seeing here. This could be even a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, which could extend even to these highs at the 1 to 1 here. So create wave 4 and 5. Have not updated this counterbait or this chart because again you can see everything is really scuffed since all these contract switches are always messing up with the charts. Here again, a 5 wave could be a part of this ABC. I'm not quite sure what this is doing, but again, at least this is now going up. We had a portion where this was going very sideways, and now we have concluded that this is not the end of either wave B or wave X, or at least not a wave C, end of wave C, where we would be having this as an impulse structure to the downside. So we're going to be needing to look at another chart. Here we do have massive divergences here on daily time frame that are going to be holding us up for quite a while, because we have already taken out the highs and not created new highs here on RSI as well. And yeah, what else is there? Maybe we should check out a count that could be meaningful here. ABC up. Yeah, that looks good. It is possible, I guess, that we have some kind of diagonal in here that I'm not quite sure what it could be part of. Maybe we have a 3 here, ABC. The issue is that no higher high here. I kind of like the look of this though. This being a 3. And this, based on this structure here, definitely ended something. Could it be just this? The issue is that maybe we have a complex wave Y here, where we have an expander flat as the first structure. That is very possible still. So we don't really need to remove this whole scenario, at least yet. I'm going to be adding this as the 1.618 retracement. If we go beyond the 1.618 here, then this is no longer valid as an expander flat. And this is very weird, or would be very weird as well anyway. Because generally if we have a expander flat or running flat, it is more of a sideways structure that usually tells that we are still in a wave B of something. So maybe we have a larger wave B or wave X still ongoing. That makes me think. because this could very well be done. We could have a structure here, structure up, structure down, and then have a similar structure to this here from these lows, where we would do this, and that that would be taking us probably to 2027. But yeah, that is way too far away. Just gonna have to wait and see. I'm going to be setting a couple of alerts here, so we can take a look at once those pops. Tesla, is it coming down today? I was looking at this for long, and I'm still on that based on the extension, because this wave X could be very well up here. I didn't like this previous structure too much. It's very possible that we have a connecting structure here before another leg down to get to the wave 1 extension targets here down below. But yeah, nothing else has happened here on Tesla. I wouldn't touch it now. 1-to-1 was here on Meta. And yeah, we had divergence going here, which is a decent thing. If we still want to continue up, we definitely need to break this trend line here. Could look for a bounce over on that 40 RSI area here on daily and then push up higher again. That's very common. What did we have here? Like from third, we had all this and then we broke it right at the lows. Basically, you could have just went through this. It's even found support on that same line here. Baba still at the lows. Jimmy, I wouldn't touch this and see if there is anything, any structure though. Yeah, super choppy. Netflix starts to come down. We had it ending here. But again, we've had Netflix ending for quite a while now. I wouldn't call it that. I would call the top here. It might be. We'll see. This is so weird looking as a 5 as well. Was there a touch here on Coinbase? There's no touch. So this is still valid, although very ugly. Very ugly. ABC. This would be a third wave then. We still have that divergence from third to the fifth third, which is good. We should have the 4 and 5th here. And then we should sell. Get out, get out. Apple. We had this 3-way coming down, or a 5, however you want to be labeling this. Extension wise, it's a 3 overall coming down. This is not very, I mean, this could be that diagonal, but anything else. This, would you go long here? I wouldn't, because this is so strong. This looks more like a sideways structure before a continuation of previous structure, which was this. And in that case, again, this is not a diagonal, but instead a structure like this before a continuation to the downside. Maybe this is, again, 3 ways down, 3 ways up, 3 ways down. Similar to what we have here previous. So definitely I wouldn't look for longs there. ARC, we talked about this. Was it a couple of weeks back? Yeah, a couple of weeks back, and it did pop up. Three-way down, push up. This could still be like a start of something really good, because this could be a something like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. But since this is, again, the more sideways we go, it could be some kind of triangle, could be some kind of flat of some sort. So many options here, unfortunately, when we go sideways. It might not be really worth it to play. AMD, yeah. Had the topping here. Had it topping here. That would have been stopped. Or was this above when, I can't remember when we were looking at this. Yeah, this was the area of interest for me. This is kind of weird though. 3, 3. I mean, yeah, it's just extended this way. Why? This could be that we are still looking for short. If you retrace up and then have that as the stop. Look for down move here. It would be very expanded structure to the upside. Yeah. I looked at those, so let's take a look at crypto. Start with Bitcoin. I'm long at the moment still. I was long here. Happened to catch the almost bottom. Let's see, what was I having? What did I have? Uh, 68,551. Here. Basically the 1.382 extension. So I was looking at that as an expanded flat. Why was I looking at even this? It's just because, again, although the previous wave 4 was broken here and even broken to a downside here, I was still looking for an idea of why or what this whole structure could be. So let's break this down, because I think this is yet another one of those that is worth a decent strategy and not always just running for the C wave, like or playing the 5-way structure, typical, right? But here, what did we see is, again, we saw a 3-way structure coming down. That means that, okay, it is most likely that we're going to have a continuation up. This whole thing was very zigzaggy, meaning that, okay, this is either a diagonal or that this is part of a corrective structure. Now after that one, we had a structure down and a structure up. And we had a pivot. We had a swing failure pattern of the previous highs here. Here. Again, very valid tactic to go short here. Once we break back down into that range, stop at the high and let it ride. Elliott wave terms, what we have is a 3-way structure, another 3-way structure, and we have an impulsive structure to the downside. Okay, if that whole thing is true, then we are expecting a C wave, because again, if we had not retraced more than 89% of this original A wave here, then it would have been WXY. But now, as we broke even the high, expanded flat. So expectation is to break this previous A wave to the downside. And that happened really fast. We had some kind of consolidation downwards, and my order was here. Again, where I was going long against this 2-to-1 extension. Sometimes, even Bitcoin has a tendency to go to 1.618. It's not that common, but it's still possible. Now, why did I not think that this was a 5th? It still can be that this is a 5th and we start going downwards. It's still possible because, again, look at the extensions here. What are the major pivots? This low, this high, and this low. So extension, fib extension here, Here's the 1.382. Now we could just crash down. Okay, still possible. But why was I looking at this count altogether is because, again, we had a previous structure going up in 5 waves. We had like fair value gaps telling us, okay, that this is impulsive structure. We had a 3-way structure going up, however, and not a 5. So what that means, that is most likely is a corrective structure to the upside, which means on higher degree, meaning in this sub micro degree, it would be a corrective structure of some sort. Whether it's a wave 4 or something else, doesn't really matter. Point is that we correctively climbed higher, so it has to be part of a higher degree corrective structure, right? So to me, ABC fits very well into this idea, and we could be getting a pivot. The closer you let the price get to the 2-to-1 extension, the better risk to reward ratios you're going to be getting. 1.236, targeting a high here, would not be the best. It would be only 1.6. If we wait to the 1.382, more than 2, which is decent enough for me. Even if here we would wait 1.618, we would have not gotten into that trade. So again, I like the 1.382 at this point. Well, at least now that I'm in a trade. But yeah, generally the 1.382 is decent as well. 1-to-1, 1.382, and then against the 2-to-1 extension. And well, that's the current trade I'm in. If we break this structure below here, well, then I might need to get out. Just based on the structure, because this is still very possible to be just 3. ETH, multiple altcoins had the same structure, this flat looking structure here with a diagonal. I took a long on Bitcoin and OP, I think. Not quite sure how OP is performing, but I'm on profits on that as well. But yeah, but only 2. ETH would have been very nice as well. Extension wise, let's check that out. 1.382 as well. That would have been it against the 2-to-1 extension. At the moment now, it looks like we are going to be getting a 5 wave. If we come back down into, let's say, golden pocket, somewhere in here, I would be looking for potential longs here against this low here. We could even look at this here, and yeah, the point of control is right at 0.618 retracement. So again, more validity, I guess, to that area. So around 35, 17 or 18. Most of the altcoins at the moment do show that we have a 3-way structure here. So gotta be still careful about that we just might have completed a 3-way and now we would be continuing to the downside. However, some coins like Bitcoin has taken out the previous high before creating this impulsive structure. And to me, again, that feels like it fits better that this is a B wave of some sort. Of course, here you could have this as a structure already, as some kind of start of a diagonal, for example, if you want to be more bearish. AVAX does not really print anything. Here you have that 3-wave. Anyways, let's check out some of the higher or larger. That ABC here as well. Here, and I feel like that is some kind of swing failure pattern again. Yeah, although again we had a previous structure here as well that acted as a resistance. We can see that here. Yeah, some of these coins are not like the best. This more looks like a 3-wave here and another one here. So maybe a WXY to the upside, which is kind of scary. Is there something else? I made a XRP macro video just into Counter Trend Capital YouTube a day or two ago. If you're interested in that, more the macro picture. Here again, that same 3-wave. This looks impulsive, however, again, it could be an ABC here. 3-wave here, consolidation, and potential 3 waves of WXY. Could still be some kind of diagonal as well. But we do have that divergence here, which again would support more of the idea of a diagonal. It doesn't really print well in here, or can be drawn in easily in there, or can't be, sorry. Now we're on Forex, let's see, Litecoin. Like this looks nice, this here. If you see a structure like that, 3-wave, and then a very decent move to the upside, that is very, very good looking. That generally means that, okay, this was a ABC to the downside, and it is finished. It's not like this extended further though, more likely just a 3-way down. This could be some kind of diagonal, it's still possible, I guess. So this could be an A, B, and C, where this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kind of far-fetched, I guess. I still like it, since we have not taken out the RSI lows here on either. That I guess shows that there is still a possibility for a diagonal downwards, where this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a 3-wave here. Whether it's from here or from here does not matter. Locally is very possible, and yeah, that similar 3-wave that I just mentioned previously. BNB is still at around 600, which is very nice. I remember these areas where we were like 200 to 300. Nice double here, double to three times. Oh, no, double or yeah, 3 times. Yeah, I guess from 200. We have not yet created any divergence here on higher time frame either, so it's still very decent looking opportunity. But I think we are getting a third of some in here at the moment. We are labeling this in. Maybe this is a 1, 2, 1, 2. Maybe this is already a third, fourth, and fifth of a. Let's see, is this minute and this is minor? But this, I feel like, should still be climbing up higher. I wouldn't be too surprised to get like 800-ish. But it could be just, yeah, it's not too far-fetched. 700 was the previous all-time high, so we're not too close, too far away from that. Like 20%, 30%. That's all 800 already. Matic, that another 3. Vet. This is something that I saw as done. This is not something that I like though. ABC. Three-way to the downside. However, we have taken out the lows here, so I'm not quite sure. Maybe he has some kind of corrective structure here before a continuation or something similar to this here. Not really a fan of this. Why I think that that is just because again we had a very low RSI here. Structure wise or cycle wise, this is a cycle here and a cycle here. Probably should use the higher degree here so we can see those cycles a bit better. 3 here, 3 here, then 3 here to take out the low here. But if you are interested in those cycles, check out the course. Slimy plug there. Check if there was some requests for this week. Apple we did. I'm not sure if I did Google. ABC for 5. The issue here was again that we had a 3-way structure coming down and now we are continuing up. So there is a chance that we are still within the wave 4 of summon. And this is just like a where this was a B wave here. And this was the C wave here. Do I still like this? I'm not sure if I do. It's just so weird of a structure. I feel like we have to just use this as an ABC. And this is to come here to create a new all-time high. I think this would allow us to have wow, that is weird that we have such a high RSI reading. Generally on expanded flats we should have yeah, I don't think this works actually. I think we have to have it like here. Three-way down or 3-way down, cycle, cycle. The issue is that we did not take out the low here. We did create a 3-wave here only. Well, this to me again fits the idea that okay, we have a 3-wave up, which again fits into that being B wave. The issue is that we don't have a divergence from the these previous highs. We do have divergence here though, but again, definitely not perfect. Maybe this is right though. Let's see the extension, maybe 100. Yeah, 1-to-1 heavy is here. See the yeah, I think this is better, although we don't get that new low here. That is a bit problematic. It also could be that this whole thing here to the downside is not finished yet. This is very strong to the upside, so this can get, I guess, confirmed if we break this high. Otherwise it could be still some kind of diagonal to the downside or very, very sideways. But at that point again, we wouldn't really expect new lows. We would just, because unless it is expanding diagonal here. But already that wave 4 is very large in comparison to wave 2 here. But yeah, I guess that is okay looking still. What else? Yeah, let's check out that OP. Hasn't really performed like Bitcoin has. Similar idea as Bitcoin here against the 2-to-1 extension. This was lower when I think it was 1.618 where I was longing it. So there's some kind of divergence here and 1.618. But yeah, hasn't really performed at all. Maybe I'll just put this into break even and let it ride if it does. Because some altcoins again, like ETH, had that as a possible 5 going up. Yeah, this one. Well, this is an ETH 5. I mean, this looks pretty good. Look at that. 3-way down. This might be a long right now though. 3-way down, where we are taking the previous order block out with the impulse. Interesting. Interesting. If it comes down here somewhere, I might be interested in longing. There is a 3-wave here, I see that already. So might miss it. This has done massive moves here. What is this? I just added this to the list as well today. I added quite a few actually. AI Doge had this kind of move as well. I'm still expecting it to come down once more. However, we have created a new low here on RSI again already. We have that divergence. So it could entail that this move is done. Doesn't have to be though. Bonk. 3-way down. I mean, I don't know what this is. Maybe some kind of diagonal. It should be pretty much done now. We still have that divergence here. It very well could be like a 3, 3 and then some kind of 3 here as well. And then we just collapse. That's the way diagonals do. WXY. That is why the RSI is so important in this. But yeah, I think that is pretty much all I got, as there was no requests today. Almost 40 minutes, so I guess that's fine. That's fine. I think that's fine. But yeah, again, if you're interested in buying my course on Elliott Wave and RSI, it's here, Udemy. And if you're interested in getting signals for trades and other content and Discord and everything like that, canturntocapital.com, and from there join now, click, and you can get into the prices there. But that's all. Thanks for watching again, and catch you next week. Bye bye.